I like the new format.
Probably learned that in school.
So anytime you, I mean, honestly, anytime you guys want to come down, anytime, just let me know.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. That's great.
Kathy, did you hear what I was saying? My bilirubin dropped half.
Is this only 10 now?
It's 8.8 instead of 16.7.
100 times better.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is at a point in time.
Yeah,
Of
it's not
7
like Chinese anymore.
Absolutely fantastic.
Pledge allegiance to
The flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
No, amen.
Before we get started on the minutes, I would like to take a moment to congratulate our Town Marshal Craig Jackson on completing law enforcement. Also has a certificate from the Indiana Drug Enforcement Association. He completed a course in that, which is, and in conversations I've had with Craig over the time he's been gone, how many people did you start with?
We lost about 12 students in the first week.
Oh, wow.
The other class lost about 22.
It is not just sit in the desk and learn stuff. That's very hands-on, very I don't know that I can say how much, but I don't know the number, but I think it looks like Craig is not the same size as it. But he's told me a few things and it reminded, it kind of flashed back the basic training in 1970, which was not a pleasant experience. But
I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
let's have the minutes of the previous meeting.
The monthly board meeting was called to order at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, February 24th, 2026 with a pledge to the flag. The following council members were in attendance: Tony Moore, Catherine Courier, and Jacob Atwood. Our town attorney, Tim Lannon, and Chase Courtney, assistant marshal, were also in attendance. The meeting was set to stream online and can be viewed at www.townofarestus.org. The minutes of the last meeting were read. Tony Morris made a motion to accept the minutes as written, and Jacob Atwood seconded. All approved. There were no fire reports. However, it is reported by the Arestus Police Department that there were 2 ambulance and 2 fire calls. Chase Courtney gave the police report in the absence of Craig Jackson. Craig is still in ILEA training and is doing very well. There were 50 calls for the month of February, which brings the total number of calls to 300. There have been some changes in the reserve roster. Rex Harold has resigned, and so has Skylar Owen. Chase Courtney was promoted to assistant chief. Jacob Atwood reported that he sees no issues with the streets at the moment. For old business, the CCMG-4 project is coming along just fine. The contract with E&B Paving has been signed. The lodge grant is going smooth so far as well. The study on the building should be soon. The citywide cleanup has been verified for April 24th through April 26th. Dumpsters will be provided. New business. Tony Morris had asked that the lights in the fire barn be replaced. Kathy will contact Joe Bronner, who has done other electrical tasks for us, to replace the old bulbs with new LED bulbs. Kathy Longhorn stated that the time capsule is due to open this year. It is buried in the bell in front of the Christian church. She will talk to the members of the church to see if they will collaborate with the town in opening the capsule. This will correlate with the 250 America celebration. Tony Morris made a motion, seconded by Jacob Atwood, to accept resignations of Rex Harold and Skylar Owen, all approved. After a final review, Tony Morris made a motion, seconded by Jacob Atwood, that the decision to terminate Chris Anderson stands, all approved. Tim Lannon gave an update on the IURC filing. It was sent to Alexandria, Frankton, Elwood, and the Board of Commissioners and had no response. However, he did hear from the attorney for the Office of Utility Consumer Counselor, and they had a nice conversation. Tim will keep us updated. Town fund claims 2-1 through 218 and water and wastewater claims 2-1 through 214 were presented to the council. Tony Morris made a motion to approve the claims and Jacob Atwood seconded, all approved. Tony Morris made a motion to adjourn at 7:23. Kathy Courier seconded, all approved. The next scheduled meeting will be March 24, 2026 at 7 p.m. That's really submitted. Thank you all.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes as amended. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, there will be no fire report. The Alexander Fire Chief, I talked with him today. He had some lame excuse about it being his anniversary and he felt like that. I mean, where's his loyalty at for the town? So he had no report. Police report.
Total amount of calls this year are at 476. For the month of March, we're at 226. We had 3 arrests during this month, 2 driving offenses, 1 domestic. No one was summoned to court. All 3 went to jail. We gave 3 tickets. And we gave 2 warnings to some residents in town. Training. Right now I'm not planning any close upcoming training. Everyone's still doing online training. I'm done with the Aaliyah. Department roster changes, nothing. Did meet with everyone this past Saturday. Spoke to everyone, about where they're at since I've been gone. Some new things we're gonna be doing. No new hires, no one terminated or released. Something I do want to address is the town ordinance 312. Loose dogs and cats. Was contacted by a shelter in the city of Anderson, and they actually banned someone from adopting a cat. It's like twice or once a month you will go there, get 3 cats, mop and rinse this. Repeat and repeat. If you guys adopt a cat or a dog, you're responsible for it.
It's rude of them.
Yeah, it's the word.
It's not the same person, is it? The same person we are familiar with?
Yes. Besides that, that's something that we're going to be enforcing. We're usually nice when it comes to loose dogs and animals. But here recently, no one just had a bad dog bite 2 weeks ago. Actually, my first day back, they had a 12-year-old get some stitches. I don't want that to happen here. So just let everyone know that we're going to be really enforced now. With cats and dogs, any animal. Trace it back to someone owning that dog or animal, I'm gonna cite you. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but you are responsible for that animal.
Absolutely.
And if that animal bites someone, that's just a civil dispute with you and that person. But everyone deserves to live in a community where they're not afraid of a dog.
Don't we have an ordinance about tagging animals? Registering them?
They're supposed to.
You're supposed to, and I've got to admit, I don't have any.
I also think the orange list on the websites needs to be updated.
We also found that our animal control officer took 3 cats, I think, to the Anderson shelter. They called. They called. They said, usually you bring them in every so often, but we normally charge $120 an animal. So we can't afford to pay that. So we're going to have to find an alternative or
Some of that I do want to address. They give the okay to my officers who are dealing with an aggressive dog. Why are we keeping it in our vehicle? The officer will put that dog out. It's for dog safety. But if it's too aggressive, an officer can exit the vehicle. To restrain that animal, we have to do what's best for the public. You hate saying that, but it's one of them things where we have to do some bicycles all the time around here.
there aren't, from when I've moved to town in 71, I don't see as many dogs running loose as there used to be.
We've in the past 3 weeks, we've had 4 calls.
In Alexandria, I see that every hour on Facebook. Brown and white dog.
We did have 2 canines and 2 shepherds. And the reason why I brought up the officer out, we did have 2 canines. And our officer sent the car, jumped on the car and everything. Luckily, the nurse mother showed up apparently to the mother, but aggressive to the officer.
Doing their job.
But they were just 2 blocks away from their house. Still stands. It's,
Section there.
at that time, school buses were going around town.
It's not good.
Just one of the things that we cannot just overlook. So if an officer does have to, we will dispatch a animal.
And water and wastewater, Neil will not be here today.
I was gonna say, I've texted Neil twice and I haven't heard anything.
We had an issue with somebody bought the Shaneyfeld home, if you know where that's at. Used to be Melvin Carey's house over on Sycamore. That they have a problem. They're putting a new water line in, and they wanted some guidance, I think, because the plumber that they hired didn't want to hook into the meter, which is their responsibility to do. So we're working through that with the homeowner.
That was nice.
Parks and streets.
Just the bump down there on West Oak.
Yeah,
and
we
then-
have complained to the gas company that they need to come and follow through on what they said they would do, and they in the past they've been pretty good about doing that.
They have
Some
not
of
been
it-
yet.
Some of it probably had to do with when are the asphalt companies going to be open. I think they're open now. So.
And then one of the swings at the park is cracked. And I'm gonna start spraying for mosquitoes soon.
I've
within
been
the next week or two.
I started trying to grub out along the fence row on the west side. There's just a lot of stuff growing up there. So as the granddaughter's been down there playing, I'll try to work on a little bit. I got
Yeah.
a little pile going where I've got some of the stuff taken care of. But we
Can I
did
go
get
ahead and order a swing?
yes,
I'll let you know what one it is.
Okay.
we did get the okay from the homeowner on the other side of the fence to he's okay with us cutting stuff down on that's in the fence or whatever. There's a lot of like berry bushes and stuff
Yeah.
like that want to come up, so we're working through that. Old business, CCMG update. As I don't know, I think most people are aware, EMB Paving was awarded the contract. We have not had the initial meeting with them to go over when they're going to be here, but that is moving along. Lodge grant update. I don't know that we have an update, do we?
They have started their study.
Okay.
That's all I know.
And I think he said there were some things that they would have to repair. But everything still looks like to go there. Town cleanup 424, 426. That'll be on people's water bill, so they'll know. And again, it said that the dumpsters will be provided. That are provided to us at no charge, and they're hauled away at no charge. Sometimes they bring you they don't charge you for the dumpster, but they can charge you for the weight, and they are charging us for either thing. So.
And if
And-
the
and,
dumpsters are here and it's 423, you can use them. If they're here, use
Yeah.
them.
And I think that from what I see on text, there's a good chance that the Swayze tenderloin people will be here. So people, they might want to buy those tenderloins that pop up quite a
They're
few.
frozen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They come 10 to a package.
10 to a package.
Yeah, so
Very good. We're doing a kind of a trial run to see how they do, and then during the rummage sale days, the OCP will use it as a fundraiser if we get good foot traffic.
it'd be interesting to see. Either one of those things could, that the first one should be a good sign of how many people are interested. If there's not interest, then there's no need to do it.
They said that any place they can be,
Yeah, I would say
everybody
right
wants to
there.
work. They just let me somebody here that day, and it's from 1:30 noon to 1:30, I think.
You're an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they said that they go from noon to 1:30 or from 2:30 to 4.
On all of those days?
Just
one day?
just that one day.
Okay.
Just the 24th on Friday. They only go through Monday and Wednesdays. But it'd be a nice little try to see everybody.
We
And
had.
they do their own advertising.
I was gonna say, are we gonna get a flyer?
Yeah, they do their own advertising.
In the last meeting, we had decided that we were gonna unlease two of the vehicles. One was by an officer that resigned. The other was by an officer that's currently still on our department. From them, we are dropping the insurance, and we've let them know that. The other thing we need back is the license plate. And as soon as we can get those back, if not, then we'll have to pursue legal action to get those back from those people, because
I
they're
already have, Rex's license plate, $200.
job. So, we'll be done with that. We did have one of the officers that we were going to, the agreement was if they paid for the insurance, then we would keep it, but, two of them chose not to. The third one chose to pay, and, so then we'll continue that until such a time that he doesn't pay, and then, as long as it's no, the town's not paying something and not getting paid back, then we'll be okay with that, I think. Um, Fire barn update, we have, it was very difficult to obtain the old style lights, and we found it's very difficult to obtain the new style lights as well. If you just went to the big box stores and stuff like that, but we have those, I believe, on order, and they should be coming in. So if you turn lights on in the fire barn in the next so many days, it may be a little brighter than what you're used to. But we had more lights that weren't working than we have lights that were working. So it might be, we might be able to tan in there. I'm not sure, but we'll see. There'll be this style of light. Um, so that's coming. We have had two contractors come and try to give us an idea of cost on remodeling the restroom so that we are handicap accessible, and we are moving into the current century instead of being in the last one when the building was built. So ballpark, one of them came in pretty high, more than I think we're comfortable trying to come up with this year. And we're hoping the second one will be more closer to what we think we can afford. $35,000 seemed a little too high for what we have budgeted for improvements in the town hall. It's been a while since we've improved things. There are a number of things that need to be looked at. We have problems with gutters. We have other problems going on, but I think I was kind of excited about the guy today because he was, we can do this and you can do that, but it's going to cost you a lot more and stuff like that. Um, Hopefully that'll come through with something we can afford. New business, the Owsley property, if you're not aware, Tim, what that is, that's the little store that's kind of hooked on to the lodge building. Our concern is, as we go through this, we want to approach the Owsley owners of that property that we feel like it needs to come down. And I think we need to send them a letter.
I have a letter drafted, but it doesn't have your words to it. I would like your words to it.
Okay.
Here's the letter that and
If we can do that, then we can maybe take care of some problems before they become problems.
rid of that.
Especially if they're gonna be working on the other building.
Yeah, because sooner or later this has got to be addressed.
Yeah.
They will be hosting the primary May 5th, so that's after the town cleanup. We have a number of things in the town that have in some way been gifted to the town. I can remember when my kids were in the elementary school that we had this big wheel that was like a Wheel of Fortune thing. And somehow that is in the town now, and the town has that. So it takes up quite a bit of room, but it's pretty heavy. But in where we're going is trying to make this building more of a community building where people want to come here, want to have birthday parties or whatever. We think we need to fix the restrooms, make them handicap accessible first, and then go chase some of the other things out in the building where we want to make it more inviting, where people don't see it as a dark building and a the insulation on the walls and stuff like that. So we're pursuing those things, but it's, we got to take baby steps. We can't, the whole town budget can't go to one thing. So we're working on that. We have resolution 326 through 526 that we need to approve. We don't really have one for 4 cents, do we?
Not yet, but we will.
We will. And sometimes the stuff you run into, we weren't aware that if you got change, if you were the clerk and you said, I need, 4 or 5 for that 20, that they're gonna charge you 4 cents for that.
PNC, they didn't have budgeted $5.04, budgeted $5.
The first resolution 3-26, be it resolved, the town council of Ressus shall transfer $305 from MBH to excess levy. It is the transfer of said appropriations necessary due to an unusual emergency at this time. The transfer will become effective immediately upon passage of this resolution.
By order of Department of Local Government Finance.
Yes, by order of Department of Local Government Finance, whoever those main people are. What say ye?
I say yes. I make a motion to accept it.
You seconded?
Darlene?
Everybody said aye. We're ready to go. We can just, I like resolutions. You only have to do it once. The second one, 4-26, be it resolved that the town council of Restus shall transfer $214 from cumulative capital development to excess levy. And that again is by order of Department of Local Government Finance.
Seconded.
You second it?
We need a motion to approve it.
I make a motion.
And he seconded. We all said aye. For all the people that read stuff in Alexandria and think you need a CPA to be the clerk treasurer, I think CPAs would go crazy trying to figure out
Yeah,
government finance. The third one, 5-26, is be it resolved that the town council of Ressus shall transfer $811 from general to excess levy by order of Department of Local Government Finance. I make a motion that we accept that.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So those resolutions have come to pass.
I'm gonna give a quick update on the IUC
Absolutely.
proceed. The commission asked for a tentative schedule for the proceedings to be tendered to the commission for approval. So I worked with the attorney for the Office of Consumer Counselor to do that. And from the town's perspective, the next thing that we have to do is we'll have to file some written testimony, as it's called. The commission works a little bit different than like a court at the county level does. They ask that all the testimony be pre-filed before there's actually a hearing on it. And the deadline for us is mid-May. So I'll be working on putting together those documents to file at that time. Still haven't heard anything from any of the surrounding, Alexandria, Elwood, Frankton, or the county. So there are no interveners, as it's called, in the proceedings at this time. The only parties are the town and the Office of Consumer Counselor, and they get involved in every case that gets filed. So things are proceeding along just fine. And I'll be working on the documents that we'll be looking to file in May. It looks like the actual hearing on this won't be till sometime in maybe September, something like that.
Give us a while.
All right. Open discussion for items on the agenda.
I have something. I noticed that we paid for a water heater. My question is, why can't we have a town credit card only in Kathy's possession? If someone needs something, they get the card, they go, and we get the 11%. No offense, but that way we get the 11% instead of you get the 11%.
But then I trade you because I paid the tax.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just something to think about. We do not have a town credit card.
That would be handy
And
for
I
some
think that
things
it would
like
be
that.
very handy once in a while to have.
We have one for gas, but we don't have one to go get things like, it's the second time I went and bought something. What was it I bought the last time? Oh, it's the racking. I bought the racking. So
Dina, are there like state board of account.
Well, I talked to Neil's wife,
What you
she
thinking?
has a credit card, but there's
Okay.
something that goes along with that, so.
Yeah, you might want to check that out, because I can't remember exactly what the rules and regulations are.
But I know
And
there's
on
something-
that, but you might check with,
Okay.
just with,
Maybe we
with,
can,
maybe.
I now have a thing where I don't have to pay tax.
Okay, I
So
will.
we have a thing for Menards where if we show them that, then they can punch it in and we won't charge
Yeah.
tax. So,
Yeah, don't buy anything from.
We've got
American
that with the
Express,
church and all sorts of places.
Yeah. I would want to know what the drawbacks are to that.
I don't know anything about that, but I thought, I just think that,
Yeah.
I don't,
That
I
would be,
can't imagine
that
a
would be
company
handy.
without it.
That would be pretty handy to run down and be able to get
Well,
something.
just like their label, it was so much cheaper to buy on Amazon, so that's why you see my name on it, because I went ahead and bought it and then reversed, yeah, for the tax.
Yeah.
So it would have just been nice to.
There are things that would be handy, but then again, government finance is kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people don't understand the difference between the town and the water. Water's a utility. It's a business.
Right.
So it's not, when they come to audit our books, they audit the town books. They don't audit the utility books. So sometimes people get that confused, think it's all one, but in some places, like in Indianapolis, then maybe they want to sell off the light company or something like that, and somebody wants to buy it, and they get in the big wobble. So there is a difference. That's why when we sign off on our things, we have town claims and we have water and wastewater claims. So
Did Mr. Norton not make a payment this month?
Don't put him in, well, he's down there, he made three payments, his balance is $7,267.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's on the receipts, I didn't put it on that,
Okay, but he did make it.
Yeah.
yes, and somebody connected to him said he wants to try to pay it off.
yeah, his probation officer said he would
Oh,
like
that'd
to,
be nice.
yeah.
I mean, I am happy that he continues to pay. It's not a lot of
It'd
money,
actually
but
be kind of amazing if he did that. Don't put that in the minutes.
so
Okay,
they got you on film now.
Yeah. You also notice on our receipts this month, our Restus Water Works has paid our loan 5-20 that we've had for several years. We have 2 more payments. We're done.
I was looking at that,
That's
thinking about
$130,000
something.
loan
Yes.
was paid off.
And then I
was,
remembered what was going on with it, yeah.
I was asked by a person at the post office one day, since Alec was going to raise rates, were we going to raise rates? And I said, we're not connected with Alexandria. We don't want to raise rates unless it becomes
It's already done.
that we're losing money. It's the same with, I think a year or two ago, we changed the trash pickup essentially because we were being charged X amount of dollars and we were charging people like $2 a month less. So we can't, that's impossible to keep doing business that way. So the only time we intend to raise rates is when financially it's needed, and we're hoping that we can avoid that. Everything costs more now. So the way life goes. If there's no other,
I just like a couple of questions or statements. Craig, I wanted that. Congratulations, sir. It's awesome. We appreciate everything you do for us. Let me know if you want to do our annual or biannual. If you got a group of people that want to come through the factory for law enforcement, one of the things we're going to do that you're going to see coming real soon, we've ordered it all, is all the doors are going to be labeled from the warehouses and that standpoint from the outside, so that any type of officer, or we can tell you, hey, we need you here at warehouse 14 door 2. Those types of things. But if you want to set that up, just let me know. If you know of any groups that might want to take another tour. I think we do it every year, every other year. And then Tony, I was going to just make a comment to the town. Don't just take them, come see me. But you guys know we have a brand new labeling line that's coming in. And it's a big line. And when they bring that stuff in, they bring us a lot of abnormal wood pallets. Okay. If you drive down Oak Street and you look at the corner of Warehouse 9 or the lot of Warehouse 9 where the gate is, you're gonna see a whole bunch of big old wood pallets. One of those is like a 20 by 30 with 2x6s across it. I don't really want to send them on a recycling trailer. We've offered them up to our employees. If you know of somebody in the town that needs some wood for a building, or you guys could use it for the town, will you please, just you have my number, just please have them reach out to me and I'll set them up. It's free. Okay. But we have a lot of it. I really wouldn't say if somebody wants it for firewood, I wouldn't do that. But if they do, they do. To each their own. But there's a lot of just very abnormal, when I say this, large pallets that we would never lose. Rob's seen them before when they have big equipment come in.
Usually pretty solid.
Oh, they're.
Can I put that on Facebook?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. But I mean, if you guys hear word or pass the word around, if somebody knows what I'll eventually I will get them off the property.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's 4x4s, there's posts, there's
There you go,
2x6s,
Brad.
2x4s. Crazy what you can. I mean, people that like to build the
Furniture and
the
stuff.
furniture or the
Shed on top of them.
the cake, what you call them, they go buy these things,
Lifted, like
the
lifted.
plant vegetables and stuff. They call it
Like raised beds.
Huge.
raised bed.
Big one.
So,
Old people invented that because we don't like to bend over.
right. There's boxes like that down there that are just, I mean, really nice. So I just wanted to throw that out there for the town, that instead of us eventually putting it on a recycling trailer, which where it would go and they grind it up the mulch, if somebody could use them, please just.
Looks like
you,
you're,
Kathy, just get a hold of me.
looks like you're back to a normal work week now.
See, you have to go for fresh hat,
Plates
so,
come in.
It used to be amazing because when the Arestas plant would slow down in packaging, we would send people to Elwood because Elwood was ramping up because it's getting close to ketchup season. So some of our people go over to work and then we get them back when we did them for fresh pack. So they would wonder why people either wanted to stay one place or the other. And the reason was they never got a break. They were wherever they went, it was like they were getting hammered. And then they got to DC. That's like, what is a normal work week at the DC?
7 days. I'll never stop.
There were several years ago, we had a kind of an animated conversation with a guy from corporate because he thought we should be open on Christmas. We can't just tell our people we've been closed, and someone with more authority than any of us that were there said we told them at the start of the year when we sent out our holiday schedule, but we will be closed, So, but sometimes people get, and I don't know who's going to be driving to come pick something up anyways. There's no other new business, and I make a motion that we pay water and wastewater claims 3-1 through 3-17 for $25,117.92, and town fund claims 3-1 through 3-19 for $10,280.42. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
If there's no other business, then I make a motion that we adjourn. All in favor? There's those.
Yeah, me too. 70 days in a row. I know.